What's good, everybody? Welcome to the very first episode of Extra Reps. For today's video, I decided to bring on board my very first OG brother from the get-go. We started living together and then just clicked. Let me stop talking too much and introduce y'all to Prince Lukong.
What's up, everybody? My name is Prince Phil Lukong, and I have known this guy for over 5 years now. I think it's been going on. No, not even that, Seth.
Yeah.
Like more than five. But so the reason why I even got into lifting in the first place was because I've been always seeing his physique. I was like, bro, like, what are you doing in the gym? Put me on, put me on, put me on. And he finally took me under his wing, and I am here thanks to him. And I'm very honored to be his first very ever guest speaker on his Extra Reps podcast.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Y'all, you guys already heard the man's been working. And if you guys ever need guidance on like work routine, just find like different body movements to like help like prevent you from getting injured. He really got you. He's a working personal trainer right now, and he really knows his stuff. So don't play with the man. But let's start talking too much about all that, and then into today's main topic. So today's main topic is a gym the best coping mechanism after a breakup? You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying, and that's a good question actually. For me personally, I feel like the gym, it's a good um, coping mechanism for people that actually want to, get their lives better.
Right.
Honestly, when people break up, they try to do it for their ex, they try to do it for themselves,
Right.
and potentially it leads on to them being inconsistent in the gym and them not knowing what they want to do in the gym.
Yeah.
They just know that they want to go in the gym and get better. But for people that actually, I've heard stories of people that they broke up and going to the gym was the best thing that ever happened to them, and from there on they've just been sticking to it, sticking to the grind, and actually been lifting consistently. Most people don't lift consistently, most people don't do that consistently, so it's just a matter of just finding your niche. As I said, you find your niche in the gym,
and then just
sticking with those people.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I feel like personally, there's a lot of people that just like show up because it's a trend.
True.
Like if you go on TikTok nowadays, like they'll post a video and they're like, oh, the ultimate pre-workout is, and then they're like reading like a text from like a previous relationship that had gone wrong.
But
and
sometimes
then, you know what I'm saying? So like
some of these things be settings.
Right. Yeah. But I'm just saying like it just like nowadays with kids nowadays, like we're easily influenced.
Yeah.
We are very easily influenced. Like we see big brands, somebody like Alex Urbach like post a video of the same thing. Kids are gonna run to that and like think, like we like to adapt things we see real quick.
Yeah.
So because not even to like talk too much, like I met a guy from the gym a couple days ago, and then he was asking me like how to help him, like how does he build better, like he was working on legs. He was like, oh, how do I squat on the Smith machine? And I was like, I mean, I don't see too many people like squat on a Smith machine, especially in the commercial gym, because like the one person I actually see doing that is like C-Bomb, and that's because like he does like quad focus and stuff like that.
Yes. Yeah.
But he was like, so how does he get a better pump out of that? And I was like, okay, you can put your hands here, all that. And then later on, he came up to me and was like, I figured like the best place to be out right now was like the gym, since like I just gone through a breakup. And I was like, so to you, like, are you working for yourself right now, or are you just working to show her that you're trying to be better? And then if she comes back, are you gonna keep the same consistency you keeping right now, or are you just gonna dip?
And yes, and that's a good point too. And a lot of people, when they go through a breakup, they don't actually let themselves heal. They don't actually let themselves go through that pain. And I remember that time where like we all went through it, guy.
We've gone through it.
We were like
we got
to each other like every single day, bro.
Yeah.
So like it was something that we just had to like, okay, know that time is going to help, but we also found the gym as an escape from our reality.
Yep.
The most thing is just like, okay, the gym is one escape now, but you have to find whatever makes you kind of feel like, okay, you can escape from your reality in the first place.
Right.
So that's number one thing. The gym is not like for everybody. It's not like, oh, when you break up, just start going to the gym. Try to find what makes you feel like you're escaping from the reality.
Yeah.
So most people going to the gym felt like a way of, because when you have your headphones, when you're playing your music, when you're doing your workout, Charlie, everything will go through my head be the workout, be anything, be anything extra, be anything like I don't think about, okay, what's going on here, my sole focus is on that workout. So like for me, it helped. For you, it helped. For most people, it helped. But like going to the gym in general, helps you overall. But if you are doing it for the wrong thing, to trying to impress your ex or trying to impress somebody
Yeah,
else, I know what happen.
because I don't know, like I feel like people just do it just to impress people, and then once
Hmm.
they finally get that one person they try to impress, they
Hmm.
quit, and then like they go back to like, okay, I finally got the person I wanted. It's just the
Yep.
same way like how girls like try to like trap guys.
Yep.
You know,
Hmm.
you might meet a girl and you might be like, oh, I'm into like girls who do fitness and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and then she can like post videos of her like working out all that. But once she finally gets you,
Settings,
it's like
settings,
settings, bro.
settings,
You
bro.
can
It be
you can set your
settings.
phone to like
It be settings.
exactly, bro.
Yeah.
You
It
can
be
set your phone
settings.
to like have this wallpaper, and you can easily delete that
Delete that
wallpaper
wallpaper.
again. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
No, it be so. It
So
be
like
so.
a female can do the same thing again. She can like adapt to adapt to like something that you find attractive. But
Yes.
once she got
Right.
you,
You. But
she
yeah.
gonna let she was
Yeah.
never doing it for herself. She was doing it for
Nah.
you.
Doing for you.
So once
That's
she
true.
got it, she gonna let it go,
But
and
yeah.
then you're back to square one.
Mhm. And another thing about inconsistency is that people, first of all, when they come to the gym, they don't really know what
They
to
really
do in the
don't.
gym.
They really
They
don't.
don't really know what to do in the gym. And that was like me. I was like most of you guys. I did not know what I was doing in the gym. I was just going there just to work out, just to feel like, oh, make myself feel like, okay, I did something very, very valuable. I started going to the gym consistently in 2021
Yep.
after the pandemic because for me, I felt like going to the gym at that point gave me value more than just because at that time we're all on Zoom.
Yeah.
Charlie, we wake up in the
We
morning,
wake up in
your
the
computer
morning.
day there. You just leave your bed. Sometimes you don't even have to leave your bed. Just grab your computer. You're already on Zoom. So I felt like I was in this mundane kind of routine. I was just doing the same thing every day. And at the time, I was actually looking forward to going to the gym because I felt like I was doing something different than
Yeah.
just being at home all day. So COVID is another thing that also made me start to be consistent in the gym too. And I found someone that was already consistent in the gym, and I tried to learn as much as I possibly could from him before also going my own way. You understand now? So if you are inconsistent at the gym, the number one thing is just going to be I'm finding someone that okay, is consistent and that's kind of has an idea of how to operate a weight room or how the weight
Yeah.
room works in general. So they can kind of walk you through those small, small steps. And then once you get to a level where you feel competent, feel comfortable doing your own thing, then you can just go off and do your
That
own
is
thing too.
true. That
So
is
that's
true.
that's number one thing about consistency. It
Yeah.
just kind of went off about we were talking about consistency and it just came to my head about
Yeah.
that. So
Yeah.
that's something that I wanted to share too
Yeah.
personally too.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I mean, one another thing that really got me was like talking about breaking up and all that.
Yep.
Like how do we guys just like find so much comfortability in like a person to the point that like once they break up with us, we
Mhm.
feel like we finally see the need to change. Like why couldn't you identify yourself as why couldn't you identify like in your life you needed to like change something
Yes.
before she broke up with you? Then you need the gym. You
Yeah.
know, like it doesn't really make sense to me. Like,
Yeah.
how does that revolve? How does the guy mind work? Because like
Mhm.
me personally, I used to do it before like I even got to relationships,
Yep.
and then once we're done, I
You
still
just
fell back on it because like it was my way of healing, it
really
was way of
yes
like escaping like mentally.
mentally. Yep.
But then some people just like I don't get it. I really don't.
Yeah. I mean it to that point too. I just feel like it's something where like some in your life for you to for something major to happen in your life now, a traumatic thing has to happen, right?
Right.
We all get comfortable. That's one thing that happens about comfortability. Like when you get to a routine, when you get to know somebody, when you just become comfortable, you work less on yourself because you feel like you have already gotten
Got
the
the
person.
person. Yeah.
And then after that,
Settings.
exactly, then
Settings,
after that
bro.
you realize, oh Charlie, it wasn't really this, it wasn't really that, this is what it really was. And then it's just a light bulb. So at a certain point, that light bulb has to click, but that light bulb is not going to click turn on unless something dramatic happens
Happen.
now, unless something like a breakup or like your parent, God forbid, your parents dying or God forbid your parents divorcing and stuff like that. That
Yeah.
it makes you think, okay, Charlie, this world, this life, man, is very very short. Like
It's very
anything can happen at any moment, So then it just kind of gave you that light bulb. Okay, I have to work on myself so I can be better. For me personally, not for another
yeah.
person. So for me, that's how I see it. But other people,
Okay.
it's just like they don't really see it that way, and yeah,
Because I really don't get it.
you
Like
know,
how can like a guy, let's just say a guy who is a 4 go against a girl who's like a fucking who's a 10, and then all of a sudden like she breaking up with you and you're like
oh
your world
Charlie,
just fell apart, didn't it?
oh Charlie, it be so now, it be
Like
so because in your mind you have got to the
Yeah,
biggest fish in the ocean.
that's where like the
But no, say the
comfortability
biggest
plays
fish
the
in the
role,
ocean
right?
can literally go to anybody too.
And they
So
keep telling y'all, bro, shit not yours, bro. It's just your turn. I swear, like, bro,
honestly,
bro,
unless you find
it's just your
your one,
turn.
it's just your turn.
Unless you put a ring on her finger, bro,
Even
it's
even
just your turn.
even if you find
Even
your
if you put a
put a
ring
ring
on
on
her
your
finger,
finger,
bro,
bro.
it's still just your turn.
Yeah, unless you find that one that's like really
Mm,
locked in, and then you guys have the
bro,
same goals. You guys are same minded and stuff like that. It's really hard to find those kind of people nowadays. But
it's
yeah,
really hard. How do people get consistent in the gym?
and that's a very great question, actually. Consistency is just building good habits. You have to start with building good habits.
Yeah,
Rome was not built in a day. I always tell most people this: Rome was not built in a day, and your dreams and your fitness goals are not going to be built in a day either. So you have to
definitely
take it
not.
slow, slow. So
Definitely
one thing
not.
that when I started working on Matthias is okay. I told myself, no matter what, I have to go 3 times a week. I went 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, with this guy. Even though he was going 5 times a week, I still went 3 times a week because I knew that okay, I have to start somewhere. All right. Even though he was lifting heavy, the stuff that I could lift, I'll try my best and lift. And over time, I remember when I maxed out at 205.
205.
Oh, Charlie, the way I was
It
happy,
was a great day
I
in the
was
gym. I
happy.
swear
I was
that gym was crazy.
205. I was like, okay, make I not push myself because me,
Yeah,
I'm somebody where I like to feel myself a little bit. If I achieve something, I
yeah.
like to feel it. Let the
No,
achievement settle in
I think
first.
on that day it was like me, you, and Michael that came,
Yeah,
and then
Charlie.
we were recording too, and then
Yeah,
like
I
you did that,
know,
and then, oh, bro,
bro. It was
we
like
were intrigued.
I felt pumped. I was like
It was
205. I
crazy.
felt 205. I was like, okay, what next? 215, 225,
God,
and then the number just kept going up because I just kept consistent. So how
yes,
to be
sir.
consistent is okay. You have to pick something that you know is realistic. All right. If you're a novice, you haven't started lifting, you have never had any lifting experience, you cannot just expect to start going 5 days a week, 6 days a week. Like you are going to crash at a certain point.
Yeah,
Like when you born a baby today, tomorrow the baby is not going to start to
it's not
run.
gonna start
All
walking.
right, exactly. So that baby steps. Okay, you have your first tooth, you have the first words, crawling, standing by themselves, and then eventually walking. You know, deliver a baby, and then in 2 months the
That
baby's
boy
already
running.
walking, running
That
already.
boy running already.
So that's one thing I always tell people: is like, look at your fitness progression as raising a child, right?
Yeah,
Like a baby's progression. Like they don't just give birth to them and then they're already doing all these amazing things. It takes time. It takes a bunch of trial and error, and it's just going to you figuring out. So number one thing, consistency with being consistency, just finding a routine that works for you. People like to go in the morning. People like to go in the afternoon. People like to go in the evening. So find something that sticks. Use the first month, 2 months to just kind of
just
find
study yourself.
exactly study
Just
yourself.
study
What
yourself.
makes you tick? What gingers
Yeah.
your body. All these
And
small
then
small things.
if you go to like a commercial gym, just like make sure you're timing yourself to the
So
point like you're going at times where like it's not busy, where like you have excuses of saying, oh, it's gonna be
oh,
too
it's
busy today,
busy.
so I can't go. Like
Exactly.
you
Hmm.
time yourself right.
Yep.
Time yourself
And
right.
yep. And if you're going at the same time, I've made friends at the gym just
Yep.
because of I've went at the same time and I've always been seeing them. And eventually we'll cross paths like, oh, how you doing?
And
Like
then
look at
yeah,
our group chat now. Like
yeah.
we just be like, oh, how you doing? Oh, can I get a spot? They just some small things like that.
I used to be a loner in that gym. Walk in there by
Yeah.
yourself. You did whatever you have to do and then leave. Now you walk in the gym.
Now you be
You
MVP.
have 10 people to say what's up to you. Like you walking around like this. Everybody's like,
Yeah,
"What's good,
I was
bro?"
good. And that's
Like
another thing too.
10 people
Then
too.
by the time you realize you have spent 30 minutes talking to
Just
another
talking to
to
somebody.
somebody at the gym too.
Like
So number one thing about being consistent is just like finding your routine and then finding what takes to you, and then finding a partner or finding somebody that you know is going to hold you accountable. This was my accountability partner. Some of us probably don't have that. You have to now use that internal motivation and be like, okay, I'm going to hold myself accountable.
yeah,
You don't have to go 3 times a week. You can
you
even
really
go
don't.
twice a week or even once a week, as long as you are doing something right. And people think exercise is going to the gym and stuff like that. You can still exercise at home. You can do your push-ups, your squats, your core, your all this kind of stuff at home. You don't really necessarily need like a fitness facility to do
Just the
that.
movement you gotta
Just
do.
yeah, you have to move. So like I said, Charlie, small baby steps. I understand that it's a marathon and not a
Yeah.
sprint.
Like for me personally, I feel like my day does not begin unless I go lift.
True, true.
Like in my head, if I wake up and can't go to the gym right away, like
Hmm.
it fucks up my whole day. Like
Yeah.
I feel like I'm on a setback.
Yep.
So when I wake up at 9, I eat by 9:30. I'm like chugging pre-workout by like 9:45.
Yeah.
I'm like slowly getting into my routine of like, play music. I like put my
True.
headphones on, start getting in my groove, just
Yeah.
getting loose. Sometimes I
Tensions,
stretch at home
tensions.
before I
Yeah.
get there because I know like, but right when I get there, I just want to start kick off.
Kick it
I
off.
want to kick off.
Yeah.
So just like give yourself that little push that tells you like, okay, I want to keep this. I want to keep this habit. Because sometimes like your body adapts to all the habits that you like they get used to. They get used to all the habits that you create for them.
Mhm.
So if you are able to like keep the same consistency, I
Yep.
promise you, gonna see greatness.
Yep.
Like you will really really be amazed by all the things you can do.
Mhm.
And then don't be afraid to ask questions in the gym too. That's one
Don't.
thing. Do not be
Don't.
afraid to ask questions. Like,
Don't.
don't be that newbie like doing some like I know y'all seen that videos from like they be like I came to Planet Fitness for the first time and like they be seeing some crazy ass people do this. Dude was swinging.
Oh.
What was fishing?
Oh, Charlie, I remember those videos.
No,
Oh.
that dude took the
Oh,
dumbbell and
yeah.
was walking the treadmill like he was about to hunt somebody. I said, "What the fuck?"
And that's one thing that scares people from the gym too. They see all these crazy videos and they're like, I cannot do that. You don't necessarily have to do that. Like you don't necessarily have to do that. So like you said, don't be scared to ask questions. You see somebody, okay, I've been doing this wrong and it's been hurting my shoulder, or it's
Yeah,
been hurting this place. How can I do better? If person can help, most people at the gym they're very, very friendly. So
every
you just
critique is a good critique. Don't don't
exactly
don't take it too hard.
don't take it too bad because you learn from your
You're
peers.
learning.
You learn from your peers. So if you're doing something that you don't really know what you're doing, and you
That's
don't really
right.
know where you're supposed to be
That's
feeling it,
right.
you know, you can ask somebody, be like, okay, I've been doing this for a while now. It looks like
But I'm
the
not seeing
workout,
results.
but I'm not seeing results, or I'm not, I'm feeling pain somewhere. Like, what
Yeah.
is my form, bad, or is how can I get my form better?
Yeah.
So all this like things you can do, like little things you can do to just make yourself,
Right.
a better overall person
And the thing is, like,
in the
everybody
long
has
run.
a different body type. Like I
True,
know people like who don't even bench, but have a bigger chest than I do.
true.
I know people who only bench
Yep.
and don't do like dumbbell. Like it's just
I mean, it be science, right? It's
it's
like
all a mixture.
your body frame. So if
Well,
you take a bottle of if you take like let's say a 5 liter bottle of water, you can only fill up to 5 liters in that bottle of water. You cannot take 20 gallons and put in that bottle in that 5 liter bottle of water. You understand? Some people their chests are just like that 20 gallon bottle of
yes,
water.
sir.
So like you can feel like more muscle in that frame. But some people just have that 5 liter where it's like tell you no matter how hard you work, you're not going to
You're not
get a
going to
bigger
expand
chest
it. Yep.
because there's no other way
Right.
there's no space again in that your frame. So that's one thing to like don't like everybody have different body types. Don't compare yourself to others. Just know that use good envy.
Yeah.
See them, okay. Oh, Charlie, I see the way
I
that
want to be
guy.
like him when
Yeah,
we be
like
joking like I want
I
to be
want to be
like
like
you
you
when
when
I
I
grow
grow up,
up.
but not
Like
knowing that we're
I
already
tell
growing
you,
up.
dude, talking about I want to look like you when I grow up. But when you gonna grow up?
Oh, Charlie, but they don't know. Say we already grown, no, but we see they do all these kind of things. So when you see somebody good envy, just be like, oh, this is, and then do your research. Okay, how can I
Yeah.
go about doing this thing?
Yep.
So yeah,
It's always just ask good questions. So for in conclusion for today's podcast is always ask good questions, ask questions. Don't be afraid to hold yourself accountable. Be accountable, and then just get out of the frame of like going to the gym to impress somebody and just work on you. Just take that
yeah,
time, personal time, and be like, I want to invest myself. But I promise you, if you invest in yourself, you're about to like grow and develop into somebody like you never really thought you could like be. Because you actually took that personal time and be like, okay, it's me. I want to work on that. I'm not trying to impress Shorty over there, but people be like in the gym and then like you see a Shorty and all of a sudden you start pumping weight. Like, bro, you
true.
weren't doing that before she came.
Nah,
Go
we
back to what
won't
you're
do it.
doing, bro.
Nope.
But yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, today's podcast was proudly sponsored by Body Art. I know you guys already see me posting a lot on my IG and everywhere, IG, TikTok, wherever I post body art every day. If you guys need, we have the merch. We have merch, protein supplements, pre-workout, and we're working on some new things right now too. If y'all need anything, just hit the link below. Take you straight to the site. Use code MTA20, and then I'm gonna get you right. You know what I'm saying? Don't ever do. If you have any questions about anything, my DMs is always open. MT_baller is my main, and then Matthias underscore AYINEZIEME is my fitness page.
I ain't Zemi.
Yes, man. Give it a follow, and then stay tuned for more content. I appreciate y'all for staying tuned. Have a blessed day.